Over the last year, they have been adding several events into the game, usually events that represent real-world holidays like Halloween, Christmas, New Year, and a pet day. Just go with it. Today, we'll be looking at ways to use these events to our advantage in order to make millions of coins when they happen. If you enjoy what you see, leave a like on the video, and subscribe since people who subscribe with notifications on get to see money-making videos first and make all the money. Also, I will dress up like Bonzo for a stream at YouTube rank, so help me reach there and I'll keep giving you daily videos. Check the description of my pack and everything else, and join my Discord. We just opened up staff applications and are looking for people to moderate a server with 1,100 members. Thanks, and enjoy the video. There are 4 different events in Skyblock. You have the Season of Jerry, the Traveling Zoo, the Spooky Festival, and the New Year's Celebration. These are all unique events that have their own different ways to make money. This isn't going to be making money from the event, but rather using the event to make money. This will not involve actually participating in the event pretty much at all, except maybe the New Year's one, because you still gotta grab a cake, but I'll explain that in a little bit and show all the tricks. So let's just get into it. I'll be going over these events in the order of which they appear in the Skyblock calendar, with the exception of the Traveling Zoo in 1 hour, because this video will not be up in time, but this will just be so you can watch the video for whatever event you want to see. So, starting off with the Season of Jerry. During the Season of Jerry, once it starts, you're able to go around and collect 20 white gifts scattered around the map. Then you talk to Saint Jerry himself, and he will give you a green gift for a reward. Now, the best thing to do is actually to save these gifts. Save them for several days. And also, once the main event starts where Mount Jerry erupts, and you're able to collect the red, green, and white presents from just completing the event, save those too. Save them for about 3 days, because once the event ends, everyone will immediately go over and sell them at the bazaar. This will drop the prices of gifts. As you can see, they're at their all-time high because the event's about to start. And once the event ends, then all the prices will drop. So once the event ends, you want to actually buy a ton of presents. And then in a few days, once the prices rise back up, you'll be able to sell the presents and make back some profit. Another option is, if you don't want to sit there and wait and sell presents, is to buy a bunch of white gifts and open them and try to collect snow minions. Snow minions are currently the most coveted minion on the market because they make a ton of money and also level up the mining skill, which is pretty much the hardest skill to level up right now. Snow minions at tier 11 can go for upwards of 1,000,000 coins if you find the right person looking to buy. So if you open enough white gifts, you're bound to get a couple snow minions, and you'll be able to profit a lot from making these presents. Next is the New Year's celebration, and this one is a little bit weirder. So whenever the New Year's celebration starts, if you go to the hub, for 1 hour there'll be an NPC right around this spot called the Baker. And if you right click on him, he will talk to you for a bit and then open up a menu where you can claim this year's cake. Now, there's a small trick where you don't know. I would show this on screen if I can, but obviously I can't do it for another 1 day and 7 hours, but tomorrow you'll be able to do this. If you right click on him and keep the menu open just as the event is ending, it will actually let you claim next year's cake early. And some people have already started to figure out this trick, but you can go around hubs and sell the New Year's cake that's for next year early for a slightly higher price. And you know, this might only make 200,000 or 300,000 coins, but it'll be instant profit that's just pretty much free. So this one's kind of strange, but it still does work. Next, we have the Traveling Zoo, and this one is probably the most interesting and has the potential to make the most money. During the Traveling Zoo, Oringo the Zookeeper will appear somewhere around here as well, and when you right-click him, he will be selling 3 pets. Usually 2 low-rarity pets, and then 1 really, really rare pet, usually a legendary. And depending on what pets are in the shop, people will go over to the bazaar and start buying the materials to buy the pet, since it's always cheaper to buy the pet from Oringo than to buy it from the auction house. Now, of course, you can just go as simply as buying a pet from Oringo and selling it in the auction house, but we're going to take it one step further. There are certain pets people really, really like. For example, the blue whale pet and the tiger pet. I'll be using the tiger pet in this example. The tiger pet costs raw beef to buy, and if you go to the farming section and you go to beef, it's under leather, you'll want to buy tons of enchanted beef. This is because the enchanted beef prize will just rise tremendously once the event starts, as all of the rich pro players will be buying as much beef as they can to buy as many tigers as they can. And you can just sit here with inventories full of beef, and once the event ends, the prices for beef will be so ridiculously high, you can sell all of that beef back to the bazaar and make actual millions. I made 2 million from doing this once. It was really, really cool. The last event we are going to cover today is the Spooky Festival, and there are 2 main ways to profit from the Spooky Festival that don't involve actually doing the Spooky Festival. The first one is to do the same thing that we did with the Jerry event, where you would go here, and as the Spooky Festival is over, you would go to candies and you would buy as many purple candies and green candies as you possibly could. Then, in about 3 days later, you would go back and sell those candies for more money. Now, the second method is quite interesting, and I have done a video on this before, but I'll go over it again for the people who are new to the channel and maybe have not seen it. If you want, go to Combat and go to Ender Pearl. And during the Spooky Festival, people will love to farm zealots and get tons and tons of ender pearls. It's probably the second most way to get candy, apart from the spider's den trick. If you go to create by order and you buy, let's just say, 70,000 ender pearls, if you buy them at a price that is less than 10 coins, for example, let's go with 7 coins. This is what I would recommend people do if they're just starting off. You would buy 70,000 ender pearls for 7 coins each. Now, obviously, the lower you set this number, the fewer people will actually end up giving you ender pearls because you have to be able to have people selling ender pearls at that price. But the more profit you will make selling ender pearls back to the NPC. Now yes, it does take some effort to go from the bazaar to the NPC several hundred times, but you can make millions of coins, and I ended up making 5 million coins in a single hour doing this when we first discovered this. And if you set coins to like 8 or 9, you'll make less money overall, but you'll get more ender pearls, which means, of course, you could end up making money. So that's just about it for the 4 events. Now, I will mention that anyone can do any of these methods. However, the people who have more coins will obviously make a lot, except for the cake event, the New Year's celebration. Anyone can do that, and we all have the exact same turf, so people who see this video will know how to do it. But that's going to be just about it for today's video. If you enjoyed, again, be sure to leave a like down on the video and subscribe to my channel. It does help me out quite a lot, and I am determined to get YouTube ranked by the end of this year. It's going to happen, alright? And I will dress up as Bonzo. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm excited. I've already started trying to work on how to figure out how to do this. So if you want to see me do that, click the button, and thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and take care.